Hello YouTube, this is Corbin22 here, and welcome back to another single ship discussion for Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures. In this series, we take a look at single ship builds and discuss their competitive viability in the Star Wars X-Wing Miniatures game. Today we're looking at an interesting ship that we never really saw in the original trilogy, or at least in the canon original trilogy, and that is the Sinar Fleet Systems TIE Defender. Now, this is a very interesting ship because, well, let's start with its shape. It's basically the pod where the cockpit pod where the pilot sits, and then there's three inverted solar panels all across solar panel wings all across its in a triangular shape. Each of these weapons, however, each of these things here, they bear resemblance to the TIE Interceptor, but they all carry different weapons. For example, the bottom two wings here carry laser cannons, same with the chin-mounted ones there, and the top side wings here contain ion cannons. So it also has room for a heavy cannon as well, a mounted cannon as well as a missile system. And yeah, it's a very interesting ship to fly. In the X-Wing Miniatures game, they're expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. These things are basically the equivalent of the B-Wing in terms of heavy assault capabilities, but in terms of cost, they're similar to the E-Wing. Yeah, like I said, they're very interesting fighters to field, very expensive, but if you field them right, they could be just worth it. Like, there's one guy I met who fielded 2 TIE Defenders, and he was able to absolutely wipe the floor with me with them. So, yeah, if you field these ships right, yeah, you could dish a shit ton of a lot of pain with these ships. So let's look at the pilot in question we have tonight. We have here Colonel Rexler Brath. He comes in at a pilot skill of 8 and flies the Sinar Fleet Systems TIE Defender for the Galactic Empire. He has the standard stats of a TIE Defender: attack value 3, agility value 3, hull value 3, shield value 3, so all 3s across the board. His action bar consists of the focused, target lock, and barrel roll actions. Hang on, let me just get this to focus. There we go. He costs a whopping 37 squadron points to field, so this guy is hella expensive. And he's able to take on an elite pilot skill upgrade, a cannon upgrade, and a missile upgrade, as well as an unlisted title and modification. His pilot ability rates: after you perform an attack that deals at least 1 damage card to the defender, you may spend a focus token to flip those cards face up. So, how Rexler's abilities work is he kind of deals his damage starts off as a crippling damage, but then if you have a focus token, you can spend it and make that crippling damage into a, it can turn into a pretty nasty critical hit. And in order to help complement those critical hits he's going to be getting, we're going to start with his modification, which is a Twin Ion Engine Mark II. Now, this thing came with the TIE Punisher expansion, and this thing is a godsend to all of the heavy TIE ships: the TIE Bomber, TIE Punisher, TIE Defender, and even the TIE Advanced. It's a timely modification. It comes with a squad point cost of 1, and it states, you may treat all bank maneuvers as green maneuvers. So that means the TIE Defender now has a total cost of a total bank green maneuver count of, I want to say 9, but I think it's 8. I think it has a total maneuver pool of 8 now, thanks to the Twin Ion Engine Mark II, which means you can do your hard ones, which are red maneuvers for the TIE, defenders, but then you can easily do like a soft banked, all of your straights as well as all your banks to help get rid of that stress while still staying on your opponent's tail. Speaking of being on opponent's tail, this upgrade benefits the TIE Defender incredibly, because the TIE Defender is the only ship in the game that can do a white K-turn at speed 4. So this guy can do a K-turn and not get stressed and still perform his action. This card goes well with any TIE Defender you field, and that is Outmaneuver. Coming in at a squad point cost of 3, it states, when attacking a ship inside your firing arc, if you are not inside that ship's firing arc, reduce the agility value by 1 to a minimum of 0. So Outmaneuver is one of my favorite elite pilot talent cards to field, because it has a decent cost, and it pretty much treats your ship almost like Wedge Antilles' ability, which is basically, no matter from what range you're attacking at, decrease the agility value by 1. So Outmaneuver makes your pilot behave like a pseudo wedge, in the sense that as long as you're outside the enemy's firing arc, their agility value gets reduced. which basically means it makes Rexler Brath become a bomber and heavy assault killer. Moving on to his cannon. His cannon consists of a heavy laser cannon, coming in at a squad point cost of 7, so a very expensive cannon to field. It has an attack value 4, it can be used at range 2 to 3. It states, attack one ship. Immediately after rolling your attack dice, you must change all of your critical results to hit results. So, at the cost of getting 4 attack dice at range 2 to 3, you have to cancel all of your critical results, and I believe this applies to rerolls as well. This was clarified at my last tournament, that criticals with rerolls with the heavy lasers, you do have to change those back into regular hits as well. So no hits, no criticals for the heavy laser, but you get 4 attack at range 2 to 3. This pretty much guarantees that no matter what range Rexler Brath is attacking at, he will always have 4 attack dice. Here's how it works. Heavy laser cannon works at range 2 to 3. He'll always have an attack value of 4 in exchange for not getting criticals. If Rexler's at range 1, his attack value 3 gets his attack value gets an attack bonus up to 4, and you don't have to. And if you roll criticals, you get to keep those criticals. So, regardless of what range you're attacking with this guy, your attack value is always going to be 4. And this next upgrade, his missile upgrade, is not it's not required, but if you want extra firepower, you can field it. We have a concussion missile coming in at a squad point cost of 4. They have an attack value of 4 again, and it has a range of 2 to 3. So this gives you kind of like an alternative to using your heavy laser all the time. It states, spend your target lock and discard this card to perform this attack. You may change one of your blank results to a hit result. So this behaves a bit like a proton torpedo. The only difference being is that concussion missiles let you change blanks to regular hits. Proton torpedoes let you change focus results to critical hits. So they're pretty much both one and the same. They both have the same attack, same range, same cost, but slightly different abilities. This is how I would field Rexler Brath. Rather, this is how most people would field Rexler Brath. I've seen a few variations, but this is kind of the field, the build I would use. If you want, alternatively, you could replace outmaneuver with push the limit. That way he can take a focus or target lock or focus and barrel roll. And that way you have 2 actions to choose from, and you can say you have a better chance of saving your focus for his ability. And all of these upgrades here, but even these upgrades here greatly benefit Rexler Brath, because twin engine, you can do like a hard 1, get rid of the stress with an easy bank. Outmaneuver, good for if you're doing those K turns, you'll outmaneuver the guy and reduce their agility value. Heavy laser for attacking at long range. Concussion missiles do the same, and then of course, as long as you have a focus and you deal at least 1 face down, at least 1 damage card, you can spend your focus, flip all of those cards face up. So yeah, this is how I would feel Rexler Brath in the battlefield. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Any sort of criticism is greatly appreciated. If you like, you may use this for any competitive or casual play, where you can tweak it or revamp it to your own specifications. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Corbin22 signing off.